Tage nicht gesehen. Servus.
Ja, wem sagst du es?
Geht's gut?
Ja, ich kann mich nicht beschweren.
Sehr schön.
Und dir auch?
Auch, ja, ja.
Ich habe sogar dein Video angeguckt.
Sehr gut,
Ich
sehr
weiß, was
löblich.
passiert,
Sehr
oder?
löblich. Etwas im Stress, aber geht. Ich wollte euch nicht unterbrechen,
Das fiel nicht auf.
wir quatschen nachher. Okay, so we're going to continue with tarm SAGA, the exciting new product line, in about 3 minutes, so everybody can take their places. Okay, I think we can start. I think everybody who's interested is here. So let's start. The tarm SAGA begins. Tarm is historically a well-known brand in our industry. I mean, tarm, quite old brand. In the laser industry, well known for various gas laser systems. One of the big 4 founding brands of the laser show industry in Europe. And it's come a long way until it actually became member of the Laserworld group. And we're happy to have them on board. And also we're glad that we can now shape the future of tarm. Because a brand that old and that valuable as tarm definitely deserves a future. And what can be a better future for a brand like tarm than being part of a technological evolution and most probably revolution. We will learn more about this later in the keynote. But before we do, I will give you a short overview of the current status of that new brand and the development of that brand and the products. And some background information too, because not everybody probably knows where tarm comes from, even though it is very famous. So let's have a look at the general history of tarm first, before we look more into the products. In 1978, tarm was founded with a focus on audio systems. So it even has that in the name. Technical acoustics is the TA of tarm. So it's even in the name. It was about audio systems. But soon it transformed to a new company that focused on laser systems for shows, which was really new in those days, and not many companies were actually pioneering with laser shows. In 1986, the famous tarm Center in Bochum in Germany was founded. That was a new nightclub concept that was started by tarm that was solely focusing on lasers as primary lighting concept. So it was something that was totally new technology, and that implemented in a big scale to that nightclub. That is still known by many people in Europe, that nightclub, but at a certain point it needed to close. In 1999, the shares of tarm were temporarily sold to Schneider Laser Technologies. There was an attempt to actually get video technology with laser combined in a certain way. We even have at least one person amongst us who worked for Schneider Laser Technologies, because we just talked about that yesterday. Quite interesting how the history comes together and the people in our industry as well. But that ended very quickly. In 2003, tarm ran into financial difficulties that led to the split of the brand. And in 2016, the tarm Laser Technology GmbH became a member of the Laserworld group. In 2024, the tarm AG was founded as a brand of the Laserworld group, and it was the beginning of the transformation of the tarm brand from a classic laser company, laser manufacturing company, to a professional lighting manufacturing company. Making this step in this decade where there's kind of uncertainties in the industry, we just came out of COVID and all that, that was a bold move. But that bold move based on the idea to think ahead. What will be the future? Where will we be in 10 years with our laser industry? How does that work with the lighting industry? How does the lighting industry influence on our laser industry? And what can we do to still be part of that industry and use our knowledge, use the knowledge and heritage of tarm to continue with that laser technology in the tarm brand, without the tarm brand to disappear, but then grow into a new use case. So tarm Professional Luminaires was actually born from an idea where we started developing technology, laser-based technology, and we're experimenting with technology that we can implement, where we have knowledge, where we have experience, that we can implement into lighting fixtures to make that technology available to a much larger group of people, which is the lighting industry. As I said previously in my previous presentation, we try to see the market, to identify the market, and then find solutions to actually cater for it. And the technological development towards lasers also in the lighting industry is something that we definitely see as an opportunity, as a big opportunity. So we started tarm Professional Luminaires and kicked off with 2 products at the beginning. But before we look at the new products, let's have a quick look at the past. Where does tarm come from, and what is the heritage that we're dealing with? The old gas laser optical benches of tarm led to optical benches with semiconductor technology, and then we ended up with the tarm laser systems. And this shall not be forgotten, because that is knowledge, that is technology that we have in the background, and we want to use that for the future. But this is the past for tarm. And this will be the future. The tarm Blaze and the tarm Revolt, both equipped with laser sources, laser-based moving lights. Tarm Blaze being a beam moving light. You see them up here. All the moving lights in this room are tarm moving lights, because obviously if we have them in-house, we should show them and use them, because they are very versatile to use, because the front light, I'm illuminated with a tarm revolt in this case. These are the stronger ones, and they're doing the front light. So you see, laser sources in moving lights can be very versatile. They can be used in different contexts, and they can be used as emotional emphasis, as you see the beam tarm blazes making nice effects in the room with great visibility. But this is not the end of the development. We just started, because having a proper portfolio is essential for the brand and also for being present in the lighting industry. That's why we started with a little tarm blaze with a 100-watt laser source, with a bigger revolt with a 500-watt laser source. And we already have a bunch of products planned for the upcoming portfolio. Let's have a look at our existing products. The tarm blaze was the first product that we launched for this new brand. And it's already played a very significant role on certain festivals, as you see here. That's the Hive Air in Switzerland, where it could actually perform really well on the main stage, because what it is made for is beam, intense beam. This is what we can do with lasers a lot. Intense beams is the main thing lasers are made for, and so consequently, beam light as a first fixture was the best option to go for. So, tarm blaze, a beam fixture, but it's not just a beam. You can do more things. As you see, we have different prisms in there, we have gobos in there, and we have different effects. The tarm blaze, of course, is a product that is used at festivals, that is used in rough touring conditions. So when we came out with the product, there were several things that were essential for us to consider. First of all, it must be waterproof. So we decided to go for a solution that is IP66 waterproof. And also, we know from our experience in the laser world that the durability of a device that is used heavily under roading conditions must be super high. So, the tarm blaze was built with a magnesium housing, so we have a metal housing. It's not cheap plastic, it's a proper housing that can withstand the rough touring conditions. So these were the important things we kept in mind when bringing out this product. And it shows that we were right with doing so, because the demand, especially for these markets, touring festivals, is there. This is where these products actually play an important role.
Moving light of tarm professional luminaires. And we're really proud of this light because it is a super bright lighting fixture and it's the perfect beam light for your production. It's a beam light. It's a beam head with a laser source. We have a 100-watt laser source inside, which is super bright, and it's got a super tight beam. We go low as 0.7 degrees, which is really, really narrow. And that means that we preserve the power over a very long distance. So this product makes a super tight, super visible beam for a long, long distance. It makes it perfect for festivals, outdoor use, and stages, your tours, your concerts, any kind of high-profile production. Being a beam light that is specifically designed for outdoor use, we have an IP66 waterproof rating. So this one is a real outdoor product, and you can easily operate it because it's quite lightweight for the power. The tarm blaze has a metal housing, which makes it really durable and tough and perfectly suitable for touring and rough conditions. It is equipped with 2 gobo wheels. So we have a static gobo wheel with 19 static gobos which are optimized for beam. So they are perfect for long distance beams and sharp projections. So you see these in the air. We have a second gobo wheel with rotating glass effects in there, which is quite unique because we have these nice glass effects that can be used for ambient effects as well. To enhance the effect, especially on long distance, we also have 2 prisms inside. One is a linear prism and the other one is a radial prism, and both are rotational. And you can even stack them. So that means you can create quite nice in-air effects by multiplying the beams by optical means. We also have an animation wheel. We call it animation wheel because it's pretty nice. This is a rotatable frost effect. And combining this frost effect together with the gobos, the glass effect gobos, and the prisms creates really nice animated shapes and effects in air, but also in a projection scenario. The tarm blaze comes with several color control options. We have a CMY color mixing that allows for seamless color mixing of the different color shades. And we also have a color wheel that is equipped with really high intensity colors with the different color filters. So you have different options how you can control colors and to get the best color saturation for your needs. To ease the use of the tarm blaze and also the handling, it already comes in a high density foam shell. So it's delivered in that high density foam shell. So for you, it is super easy to use it with your custom made flight cases. But we of course also offer flight cases for the tarm blazers if you want to get some.
So as it was said, we have that 100-watt phosphor-based laser source in the tarm blaze. We have great illuminance values with 170,000 lux at 20 meters. The radial and linear prisms, the animation wheel, the outer grade waterproof IP66 housing, and extremely fast and precise moving head. The next step was to go brighter, of course. It's always the strive to go brighter in our industry, but also more versatile. Because having a beam is one thing, having a hybrid head is another thing. So the next step was towards the tarm Revolt, which is available and in stock already. So we're shipping these, and you see them doing the front light. And it's a awesome fixture. The tarm Revolt has a 500-watt phosphor-based laser source. And it's got really, really good illuminance values with 1.15 million lux at 20 meters and more than 48,000 lux at 100 meters. I mean, from our industry, from the laser industry, speaking from the laser industry, it's all about preserving power over distance. And this was also very important when designing the tarm Revolt, because we can have a very, very narrow deflection angle, and that helps with preserving the power over distance, because we don't lose it on the short distance. That makes this fixture perfectly suitable for the big festival, for the big productions, for the big outdoor use on big buildings. We have a super low beam angle with 0.38 degrees up to 12.5 degrees, and we can even go up to 40 degrees in a wash light scenario. Like you see up there, you see that is more than the 12.5 degrees. You see that illuminating the stage, illuminating myself. That is the capability of the tarm Revolt. We have two wheels in there with various radial and linear prisms, and they are even stackable and rotatable, of course. So that is much more versatile, more features in there, and 25 static gobos and 12 rotating gobos. Again, the fixture is waterproof IP66. It's the same type of housing, same magnesium housing, very durable, and it's super versatile. One thing is also these can infinite rotate on the pan axis. So they can pan 360 degrees and keep spinning and keep spinning, keep spinning, which makes them perfectly suitable if you have any kind of lighthouse scenario. You put them as a searchlight somewhere, you put them on stage somewhere to rotate. There's multiple use cases for this, and this is very special, especially with such a big fixture. Another specialty in this fixture, besides it having CMY mixture and a color wheel, is that we have a gradial CTO in there. So the filter, CTO filter, for making the color temperature, for controlling the color temperature, is a gradient, so we can seamlessly adjust that to our requirements. So these are the first two products. But what else to expect? I mean, if we start something, you probably remember my first presentation today. If we start something, we take it seriously. And in the past, we were underestimated many times. We always proved the people underestimating us wrong. We try our best to do the same thing this time as well. We are an underdog in a world of big brands of lighting. Yet we have the capacity and we have the power, the development power, the team behind it, that we can build it big, that we can develop stuff that others probably don't think of, because we have a different perspective towards certain things, because our experience comes from a different world than lighting. And this is what we want to use as a strength for us. This is what shall help us succeed and move forward. And what is most important is that here, the next developments that are upcoming are only possible because we have a very, very, very good team of people. The whole team developing the products, the whole team that actually supported that transformation of the tarm brand, it wouldn't have been possible without them supporting this transformation process. And you can be excited about what's going on, what's happening in the course of the next years with the tarm brand and the tarm products with laser-based sources. This is our market. This is what we know, how it works. This is where we want to really set our base and grow. So I'm really looking forward to the next developments. I'm looking forward to how the market perceives our new products. And I'm excited for the keynote that is upcoming. And yeah, you should be excited too.